And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. And one I am quite excited to do here today. We're back to painting mini racers. This is something that I haven't done in a very long time. And like it says in the title, I'm doing this because I have a new collection video coming up pretty soon. I'm going to be doing a big updated collection video for the 20th anniversary of Cars in early June. And, I have a lot of cars sitting around, a lot of duplicates, a lot of spares, a lot of doubles, a lot of half-finished customs, some of which I started before the last collection video. It's been a long, long time since I've done customs. I don't think I've had like a dedicated session working on customs in almost 2 years. That custom Hugo you saw in the Cars Adventures episodes this week, made in the summer of 2024. So yeah, I've got a lot. As you can see, I got a big old tub. These are my spare cars. It's not all of them, it's just some of them. I'm in the middle of reorganizing my collection, and this is the bin of duplicates pre-organization. I know I have several other duplicates out there, but the cars that I'm cleaning up, I haven't put the duplicates from those here. So this is about a 2 years outdated box of duplicates. For those of you wondering why nothing has been done in 2 years, it's because I started getting some massive hauls of cars in the summer of 2024. As I'm sure many of you remember, considering how long it took me to review a lot of those cars, I just didn't reorganize my collection for the longest time because I've had so many hauls of cars, and I still have about 20 or so items that I have to review within the next couple of months. So yeah, that's where we are with that. Yeah, thanks for showing up, everybody. I know I haven't done a stream in a few months, and it's been quite a while since I've done a stream at around this time. I've been doing them mostly later on, sort of at night, for the last several months now. So yeah, thank you all for being here, and we're gonna get started with the minis in just a minute. I've got my paints off screen in case you're wondering. They used to be in a bag, now they're in a old metal popcorn bucket that I have. So it's not really convenient. I used to be able to put the bag on screen, but unless you want to look at my Rogue One popcorn bucket, yeah, that takes up a lot of space. I don't even remember what movie I got the popcorn bucket with, because it was not Rogue One, but it's this big, like, high-quality metal container, and it's where I store these. So, yeah. You know, back when popcorn containers were just large metal buckets and not, like, $4,000 life-sized replicas of gold-plated toilets or whatever, you know, the next big movie's popcorn bucket is gonna be. So, you know. They're in here, though. Welcome, James the Pig. Thank you for joining us. You made it. Congratulations. Thank you, Currency Productions. And and plus Urama, welcome everyone coming in. As per usual, we're gonna start with the theme of the stream in about maybe like 10 minutes or so. That's how we tend to do it. Just give people time to show up and hang out for a bit. This is the waiting room. This is the Thai stream waiting room. I'm your opening act. And the main act is also me, but doing something a little more interesting. But let me get the paints out of the way. Ah! Alright. Okay. And, yeah, we'll get started looking at what we have. Because I'm going to be so real with you guys, I have no clue. Genuinely. I don't know what's in here. I don't know what minis are half started, and I don't really have ideas for what's next. So, yeah. Main act is Uptown Funk. The guy after is Tied To. Can't be worse than Justin Bieber's Coachella set, so. From what I've heard, he just sat around on a laptop and, like, went through YouTube and picked different music. I don't know what that guy's up to. You see him at the Grammys, it was like, he was just, like, in his underwear in, like, a bedroom set. Then he left and turned everything. His current MO, the current era for his career is stand there and lip sync to other people's songs. I'm like, okay, buddy. Alright. While his wife sells like $300 smoothies. So, you know. We only have the most relevant conversations on this channel, obviously. Is that just a regular size Smoky? Yeah, that's, we'll open up the bin in just a minute, but that's, one of the Redline customs. Who's just been kinda in purgatory for years, because I really don't like the Redline crew characters, and I haven't really known what to do with them. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I heard the Harley Quinn show was funny. I don't know if it's over, if it's just on hiatus, but I know there's some funny stuff in there. A friend of mine watched it and really liked it. I just can't stand most adult animation. It's just like the same 3 jokes. Alright, we're about 10 minutes in, so let's crack open the old big Tupperware container where the lid barely fits because it's too full. And we're going to look at what we got in here. And what our options are, and also, perhaps most importantly, the non-Redline agents are kind of interesting to me. Yeah, no, they are pretty interesting characters. I was actually designing a new one for Cars Adventures a few years ago, which you could see right here. Maybe we'll... I'm not going to work on 155 scale cars. I think we'll do a separate stream for that. But, alright. Let's get started. Let's take a look at what's in here. And, most importantly, what some half-finished customs are. So, a lot of stuff in here isn't minis. Again, this is just my duplicate items bin. This is a Batmobile I bought for Batcar. It's vaguely 155 scale, and the joke was going to be I was going to do the Flash movie where he goes back in time and he meets the Michael Keaton Batman, and it was going to be played by the Michael Keaton Batmobile. So, yeah. When did I use that Krusty in Project 10K? I always remember that Krusty as, that's the Krusty that I used for Headlight Zone. When will Batcar come back? I'm not entirely sure. I am very happy Cars Adventures is back, of course. Not sure when Batcar will be back, but it will at some point. Oh, yeah. That one that was in the box. I actually donated that to charity. This is another duplicate Krusty I have. So, Well, this is just my box of duplicates. So, Krusty here is going to be repainted someday. Again, it's not all my duplicates. A lot of my duplicates are just strewn about. And we'll find them and we'll do something with them. We got a regular Thailand Mater. Nature Drive McQueen. That was from the Robin Hall. Probably the only one that's immediately useful is this spare, really beaten up Acer. I actually have a blank Acer and Grem that I bought last year. I think maybe multiples of them. I think maybe multiples of them, just so we could have background lemons. This is a Lego motorcycle from a Batman set. So just we're gonna put this over with the Legos. Just ignore that. I did build that on stream several years ago, so I wonder if that's how it ended up there. Speaking of which, speaking of things we built for a stream, here is the little Radiator Springs Racer from Cars Land that we built on a stream. Good to see her again. Out of her purgatory and this bin. This is one of the Red Line agents. We'll see what happens to him. What is this? The Red Line base trainer? We'll get to the minis in a minute. Here is Harvey Dents, again, from Batcar Unfinished. Unfinished Red Line base trainer. This was a racer Red Line agent that I think is being repurposed for something else. Never ended up anywhere. Here's a duplicate Claire Gunzer. Here's a duplicate LGH 86 special. One of my oldest customs that's still alive in its same form. This is Dinoco Sally, but it's made out of a Crazy 8 Crashers Cruise. So. This is just a Hot Wheels. I don't know how it ended up here. Let me know in the comments if this is actually worth like $3 billion. This is from 1990, so it doesn't have a name on the base. Yeah, Claire Guns I'm saving for something, I think. Here's the Red Line base trainer. Wait, then what was... Then the Smokey's the security, I think. Or no, I don't remember. The pieces of my DJ are in here. He shouldn't be in here. There's another bin for cars that are duplicates that I'm not painting, which I just haven't organized yet. But DJ, we're not repainting. He's just broken. Whiplash Racer, the King, is in here for some reason. Again, another item that is not here to be repainted. And my favorite Cars character, of course, we have Snoopy in the Fun Van. Get in, guys. It's the Fun Van. Yeah, Claire Gunzer will probably just end up being a regular background character, but I'm gonna wait just in case. Maybe there'll be a role I need her for in Cars Adventures. I'm not entirely sure. No, we're not repainting the Fun Van. Yeah, the Pity was missing for years, and then I found it in a Lego bin. So, that's fun. We also have a spare Ham, which Robin sent me back in 2024. Who gets the Fun Van free candy? Yeah, like even if Snoopy's driving that, I still don't trust it. This was going to be Professor Pig for Batcar, so Ham is sticking around. This is just another Batmobile that I set aside for Batcar. iCars Ignite. What an entrance. This is the 155 scale version of Red Eyes. If you know, you know. If not, someone can explain it. I'm not sure what we're doing with that. Everything. This is a Thomas Minis Nia that I got in a haul from a flea market. If anyone knows specifically what version of her this is, let me know. It looks like it's... Oh, it came with like those little like fizz box things that you would put in water and they'd fizz. I looked this up once. This is my only Thomas Mini. It feels very cheap. It's fine. It's not a character I particularly care about. It just is. It just exists. And yeah, she could hang out there. Here's the Harley Quinn car. Made out of a Kepler de Rev. You know, it's funny how close to finish this was for a very long time, and I just have never finished it. Again, she was work in progress in my last collection video, so was Harvey Dent. So we should finish it before the next collection video, but we're not today. And then a couple more random Hot Wheels. My grandparents just got me random Hot Wheels ones recently. This one's copyrighted in 2004, and this one is an 07 Shelby GT500. That was my nickname in high school. Crazy. And everything else in here, other than this weird, ugly Batman Hot Wheels, is a mini racer. So, now that we've removed everything that's not a mini racer, now we can finally get to the minis. We may or may not have to deal with several small chunks of DJ in here. I hope that's what I'm immortalized for. When I'm long gone, I hope I'm remembered as guy that has a DJ broken in 700 pieces. You know, sometimes you wonder, what's my legacy gonna be? I hope my legacy is that. We're keeping Snoopy in the fun van. They could watch. Everyone who comes in the stream can go, why is there a truck with Snoopy in it? Okay. So, here we go. These are all just mini duplicates. This is what happens when your stores don't sell mini blind boxes, and everything you get is from multi-pack. So let's see what we're working with here. Am I gonna pull all these out? I may as well. We're gonna organize them by character. I'm gonna pull the bin off camera just so that it's not taking up so much space, and we're gonna look through what we have, and then we're gonna just sort them and see what we're working with. What customs do we have? What have been started? What are gonna be brand new? Again, I don't think this is every single duplicate mini I have. I know I have some other ones laying around, but here we go. I hope Cheese Grater Mater shows up. Me too. I don't know where it is. Alright, we got a generic Cars 3 McQueen. Here's a Cars 2 McQueen. One of these might be the one I tried to paint into the Hydro Wheels McQueen. Cars 2 McQueen. Here is the Holiday Hot Shot McQueen. Okay, I was gonna say that's all the unpainted McQueens I see, but we got a Cars 1 McQueen. We've got a Racing Sim McQueen. We've got a Holiday Hot Shot McQueen. Here's a Cars on the Road McQueen. Here's another Cars 3 McQueen. Actually, we could probably... There we go. We've got I think that's it for blank. Oh, here we go. This is the McQueen that I started painting into the Hydro Wheels McQueen. There's a Hydro Wheels playset that came with the McQueen with some blue on his side and also blue wheels. So that was a custom we were working on. So let's separate the ones that were started. We'll put them in front. Okay. Here we have a Mater. 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 Snow Mater. Another Snow Mater. No Sleep. Club. Bus. Another club. Mater. Mater. Get ready for this one, guys. Get ready. Cars 3 McQueen. Get ready. Get ready for this one. Rusty's Racing Center McQueen. Get ready. You're not ready for this one. Cars 3 McQueen. Here we have Red Eyes. Absolutely crazy to think he's been sitting in this bin for almost 5 years because we made him for on the 15th anniversary of Cars stream. So I think this stream we should probably finish him and just give him pupils because that's literally all he needs. And he will be, and another coat of paint on the back and he'll be done. For those of you who don't know the story, this was completely made by the chat. Chat decided everything about the car. Here's another Rusty's Racing Center McQueen. Wow, okay. A lot of those. This is one of the oldest mini customs that I have that is still unfinished. It's a Redline McQueen from the time after Redline that Redline McQueen was blue, and then I don't believe it showed up in anything. So I don't think this is ever going to become anything, but we'll have to wait and see. Here's another Mater. Let's see. I see a couple of Sallys in here, so we'll grab her. 4 of Sally, actually, it looks like. Let's see. Sally. Sally. Christmas Sally. Regular Sally. Damaged Team LM McQueen, which I like. I think we'll finish him someday. Here is Halloween Tie, the old Halloween Tie design. Funnily enough, we do have a completed custom based on the new Halloween Tie design, the red one. But this is an orange and black Halloween Tie, so there he is. Evil Tie be like, here's a consistent release schedule for Cars Adventures. Got some Jacksons. 3 Jacksons. Here's Funny Car Mater. We're running out of this being organized. There's just too much going on. See, what would Evil Tie's personality be? What is the anti-tie? The anti, if you will. I have an extra Fillmore. I have 2 extra Fillmores. One of them was going to be the Joker van, and I'm not doing that one anymore. But Fillmore is a character that I don't have often, and I actually did not see your comment. So turn him into the fun van, maybe. Really funny custom here. This is Evil Ty Constant Planes videos. This cruise was, I showed this in my last collection video, for the Just Dance episode of Cars Adventures. I was gonna make a custom, so this was what I was working on. It was supposed to kind of be like bright and neon and have the eyes not there like a Just Dance character, but we ended up just using Silver Flow. It was easier, so this cruise is fair game to be turned into something. Oh, here's a spare Tokyo Mater. Again, this isn't even all of my spares, but as you can see, the goal is to at least turn some of these into full customs so that we could have some more, you know, so that I'm not just going through. The goal is to get more customs done before the next collection video so that we could have some interesting new customs to show off so that I have less duplicates sitting around. So, yeah. Okay. So, let's push the ones that are already started off to the side, and we'll get back to that later. 3 Jacksons, all equally hungry. We've got Rusty's Cruise. Surprisingly, more than one Rusty's Cruise. And then that one that was the Just Dance car. Here's a partially started Easter Mater custom. Here's the side of DJ. Okay. I should have brought my painter's tape. That was becoming very useful in recent years. Alright, what else we have? We have a Hudson Hornet. That's going to be good for a custom. We have a Luigi. We have this custom, which I was in the middle of, turning into Luigi's mom. So she could go over there. We just dropped old Halloween Ty, that poor guy. Another fallen soldier. Alright. We have this Luigi that was being painted white to be him from one of the video games, but I'm not doing that anymore. When you start doing video game customs, you never stop. Because there are so many. Here's another Luigi. Here's another Luigi. The Cozy Chrome Cruise custom is done. Yes, she's been, she's actually right here. She's right within reach. She's very dusty, but she is done. Here's another Jackson. Here is a Sheriff. This Sheriff that was being turned into one of the Redline guys, which I don't think we're going to keep around, so. Here is another Sheriff. Here is a Sheriff that was being turned into one of the mini adventures, which I think we'll do because we did do some other mini adventures customs. Here we have a Chick Hicks. Another Chick Hicks. We got the King. Almost at the bottom here. Here's another Chick Hicks. This is one of 2 custom Kings that were being turned into self-sponsored the King from Cars Adventures. I don't know why I tried to try. Oh, right, because I messed up on the eye on this one. This one will finish. So, he could go somewhere with the ones we actually plan on finishing. On the subject of the King, we have Gray. Very cool. We have, another Chick. We then have a Yellow the King from that weird Cars 2 concept art. Another one I'd really like to finish. So he's got to go with the ones that are going to be finished. Holly. As you can see, we're just kind of getting to the end, the sort of random ones. This is one that we were in the middle of. This is the Tuner's McQueen from the Mini Adventures line, so that one we'll put with the ones that are to be finished. This is a Ramon that I made to be Ghostlight Ramon many, many years ago, and I decided to repaint it because I was like, they're doing so many Ramones, one day they'll get around to Ghostlight Ramon. They haven't yet, but he's still up for grabs to be repainted. And then we have the Nightmare situation, that is, they made Demolition Derby packs for years, but only included the same few characters, so, we have 2 of APB, Psych, haha, 3rd APB, and then at the bottom of the bin we got just some really random ones. Here's a Dinoco Chick X. We have a Fillmore. We have Fillmore, but it's the Joker van from the hit TV show Bat Wheels. Is that even still on? We made so many jokes about that. Here is... This was a Danny that looks like it was being turned into Robin's car from Tides Cars 4, so that we will keep. This is an ancient custom that was going to be an old custom character, if you remember Toyota Dude. So that one could be repainted. This was the Bat Wheels Jackson, which I'm also gonna repaint. Don't really care. There we go. Here's a Blind Spot. Here's a Natalie Certain. That'll be interesting to use. Here is a Carla Veloso. Of course, one of the greatest customs ever made. Miss Fritter, but it's the Battle Bus. As much as I'd like to abandon this, we are finishing this one. Probably not today, but it will happen. We have 2 spare fishtails. 2 spare fishtails. Guys, I'm sorry, we don't even have space anymore. We got Ryan Laney. Yeah, I do hope they make mini racers for Lightning Racers, because the art style is genuinely so close to the minis. And the mini racers line has just been dying out for years, so that was nice. Here's Jackson. He could sit on the other Jacksons. Here's Lizzie. She could sit on everyone else because she's the queen. Here's Rodette. And here's Murray Clutchburn. And that is the entire bin now empty. But I will say, I know we have... Considering how dead the main line has been, I would not mind getting Lightning Racer stuff in there. It is a big question of how will they handle it. I could see them just repainting pre-existing molds to fit the designs for the show. I'm not sure, just because the diecast line has been so visually consistent. I don't really expect them to make them fit the design of the show, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm interested either way. Regardless, it gives us new stuff to talk about, and even if you don't like the art style of the show, anything's better than having several years where we don't get anything that appeared on screen. Anyway, we got a few other miscellaneous spare minis that I know are just sitting around that I want to go grab. Because when the Piston 11 sent me some spare cars a few years ago, I remember he sent me a Mini Racer Cal and a couple others. And I know they're around here somewhere, so I'm going to go searching for them very briefly. We also don't have any duplicates sitting around of the GRC guys that I know I have duplicates of. Yeah, so there are some additional duplicates just kind of sitting around. Not sure entirely where they are. But I'll see. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going on a field trip. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Um, not sure where the additional spare minis are, but I mean, let's be real, there are so many. um, we have so many around. It's fine. We have enough. Uh, I just wanted to try to have a more complete collection of what I have duplicates of, but I mean, hold on a second. Oh, there you go. Found a couple more. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. There's actually several here. Alright, cool. So, we've got even more to deal with now. And some of them are going to provide us with some pretty fun concepts. Okay. Alright. We have, I think, 5 more here, including another one of the King. We have Tim Treadless. That's going to be cool. We got my boy Cal. Very uncommon to get duplicates of ours in the Cal model, so I'm going to have to use that wisely. And just another Christmas McQueen and Mater. So, I guess we got to start the party. Cars like Ninjago, you got 3 ads? Dude, I'm sorry, man. That's painful. Okay. Alright, sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. Okay. Welcome, Rushy's 95. High Octane Tie, that was your custom of me, right? Do you wanna, that'd be cool. Do you wanna send me a picture of it? We could do my take on your custom of... I just think that's a cool concept. Someone else's take on my custom character. And then I could put it with the tie mini customs. I think we should also turn at least one of the McQueens into a Project 10K tie. I get customs. I get questions all the time about when I'll be doing that. So that's an idea. Now that we just have everything out, while we decide on some other things to do, what's one that we can finish? Let's see. Yeah, the Megan Carr is done, yeah. Okay, we got Cars Ignites tie custom. Okay, that's very Tyler Plays 600. Okay, we can, let's see. So, this was your... Let's see, this is the Cars Ignites tie custom, hanging out next to Disney Infinity Perry the Platypus, as he should. Okay. That's an option. I'm not sure how I would pull off the sort of color mixing that you use, but... Okay. Alright, let's see. Alright. So that's a good option for one. Could be fun. Okay, let's just start clearing out the area. And, yeah, the Killer Croc custom, I think is... Yeah, that's done. This is everything. Pretty much. Good memory, you guys. Some of you guys have better memory about what I own than I do. I want to work on Yellow the King, but this one we have to be very careful with. Because it's just working around little things. So, we're going to save him for when I have a toothpick. The Tuners McQueen is definitely one we could work on now. The Rodin trailer is a good one. You know what could be cool to do on the subject of Robin's customs? The custom Robin made me could be a cool one to make. Killer Croc was made from the one, the dinosaur car from on the road, the Clankliosaurus. Have you done any of the other next gens from Task Force 4? I have a Kara Crashwell, and I have, yeah, actually several. I have the Faden Racer, I have Kara Crashwell, I have the Fabulous Fuels Racer. Some of them need a bit of a repaint. Just some of the mini customs have started to fade because they're very close to the sun. So gonna have to give some of them new coats of paint, I think, before the collection video, just because they're right by my window and that paint fades a little. Yeah, I mean, I only have 3 non-Jackson next gens total that I could work with, so we got to be very sparing with those. The Carburetor County, your customs have been absolutely amazing. I was looking at your videos where you show off some of your customs the other day. They're insanely cool. They just like popped up in my recommended, and I was like, oh, I recognize this guy from my comments. Those are sick. Lizzie, guys, what do we do with Lizzie? We also have a spare Sarge. This is called choice paralysis. Okay, while we come up with ideas, I'm just gonna work on another item. So let's get back to work on the Tuners series McQueen, because it's not too far from completion. Wedding Lizzie's not bad. That's pretty cool. One of my favorite things recently has been making, you know, when I was last doing customs, is making mini adventures. Mini racers into mini adventures. So this is Tuners McQueen. This is just a link from Mercari. This is one of the best images that we have online right now. So that's one that we're working on making out of a Cars 2 McQueen. Obviously, it's going to be a little, yeah, the Tuners Mater doesn't really have a mold. Maybe when we get the Race to Celebrate Mater, we get out of that. We're going to start with another coat of silver paint. My silver has been dying out for years now, so I'm a little scared to use it, but Some of my paint pens are almost 10 years old, which is crazy to think about. So while we come up with ideas for other customs, we're going to do some additional coats. Oh, you have tuners, McQueen? I don't think I knew that. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if I could even use silver. Yeah, we may have to... we may have to wait on that. Shoot, okay. Well... Let's see. Let me get the old testing paper. Can you make the Cars 1 Chick Hicks mini adventure? Why? Because he's just way less detailed? Honestly, that's genuinely, like, right up my alley for insanely weird niche variants. There's a little tiny bit of the silver left, but we're gonna wait. You know what? Honestly, we could probably... Wow, my voice just went into a place it's never gone before. We could probably pull off the tuners, McQueen. We could just start work on the lightning bolt. There are going to be some parts we'll have to fill in later. I'm just looking at what we have now, and this is one of the best ones in terms of how easy it would be to complete. Okay. So that's an option, just for the ones that we've started. And then road and trailer we could also work on. I really want to start printing decals. That's something that I really want to learn how to do soon. Maybe not before this collection video, but maybe this summer. You do Chick Hicks as a design at the end of Racerama. I was actually, on the subject of Chick Hicks at the end of things, I was going to make Chick Hicks from the end of Super Hot Beach Party movie, which is one of the quickest, most stupidly fast customs I've ever made. The pink Chick Hicks from the credit scene was one I was planning on starting today. Alright, Cars Ignite has just sent me some additional images of Tuners McQueen. So, you know what? I'm going to try my darndest to get the silver paint working. This is the silver paint you're hearing. Yeah, it's not. It's not working anymore. Doesn't even look like anything's being added. Like, look, there's a little area we gotta fill in. Yeah, so you know, I've tried several magic spells. I even tried summoning the paint demon, and he didn't even want anything to do with it, so. Sorry, Cars Boy. Okay, wait. Did we... I think I painted one of these stripes. Aaron Kindefast was in Cars on the Road, just in the Trucks episode. I know that 3-pack's confusing, because for whatever reason the Dynaco hauler's in it. Okay, that's about all the mileage. No pun intended, we're getting out of the silver. You served us well, Silver. I probably won't throw you out, because I'll try to convince myself you still work a little bit, so I could save a few dollars. Yeah, so I do have a silver Sharpie. It's just really old and dry. Like, I didn't buy it in my time painting cars. It's just something that we had in my house. So it's not very good. I was actually gonna try to go find that, though, so we could see. We could see if it works. Paint pen is a really great one. Yeah, here's just my silver regular Sharpie. It is old and dry. If anyone has any sick tips on how to re-wet a Sharpie, let me know. But look, this is all we got out of the silver paint pen, so. And this is all we're getting out of the silver Sharpie. It's not even silver anymore. So, gotta invest in some new silver Sharpies. That's one we gotta remember. But we can still do some additional work on this McQueen. You know what? I'm just gonna save it. I'm gonna wait until I get new silver. In the meantime, we can work on some other parts of this McQueen, like the parts that don't involve silver. Like the eyebrows here. The original Tuner's McQueen has a small section of silver poking out from underneath the eyelids, so that's something that we still want to capture here. That's why you see a little bit of silver peeking out. He also has blank black wheels with red and yellow, so that we can do. I think it would be smarter to use the black paint pen for this than a regular Sharpie, actually. Okay, let's see. Here's the regular black. Okay. Man, it has been a long time since I've done this, guys. We're just doing some light touch-ups and additions, and we'll just leave him, and we'll get started on some other ones. So, goodbye, tuners with a Z, McQueen. That's all you're getting today because I need new silver. That's all. Into the bin you go. Good day, sir. You'll be back for the shot of what we did today. If I took a before and after picture, people would barely know. Okay. So, let's see. What do we want to do next? Let's work on Luigi's mom. No, you know what? We need silver for Luigi's mom, and now we don't have silver, so we can't. Okay. Battle Bus Fritter. Okay, fine. That's honestly Mama Luigi. That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario. Battle Bus Fritter. Legitimate candidate right now, guys. You know what? Let's Let's get her in here. The next Cars Adventures episode of Tuners 1. Yes, yes it is. I don't know where the cheese grater mater is. No, I don't follow NASCAR. Okay. It's the Fortnite Battle Bus. Alright. Oh, hey, guess what? We need silver for this one, too. Gee, who knew that painting vehicles would involve so much silver? But, you know what? I mean, we could do some additional work. We're not doing... Oh, we could totally do the Disney Speedstorm designs. That's a great idea. I had a whole video on that planned. We could totally do that. Thank you, Cars Ignite. That's a great one. That's a perfect idea for minis, because I love doing mini customs of items that I wouldn't make 155 scale customs of. I think Texas Roadhouse is still over here. I think. We need gray, we need silver. Curse you, Fortnite. We can't even work on the battle bus. Yeah, no, I was going to do a video on Speedstorm, just on the fact that I don't play it, but I have a half-recorded video where I rank the Speedstorm designs, and I still plan to post it. I just got sick after. You know what we can do for Miss Ritter? We can paint the base so it's not brown anymore for the battle bus. Oftentimes when I do customs, I don't paint the base, but I think this is one where it would be fine to do that. We also need silver for the sides. No, you know what? It's been almost an hour, guys. We need to... We need to be making smarter decisions than let's paint the base. Any Battle Bus Miss Fritter edition's a win in my book. Fine, we'll paint the wheels. Super cool thing about painting the bottom of wheels. It means now we can't do anything else with the car. We're gonna have to put Miss Fritter upside down. So. There we go. I need to give her eyebrows. I want to give her eyebrows, but I just don't think we have room. It's gonna be very hard to give eyebrows to her. Like, it's very little space. But, we could try. Cut to 2 minutes from now where I'm complaining about how I messed the eyes up. Thank you for joining us, Cars Boy. Okay, so... Yeah, I just can't access it. We'll have to toothpick that one. But we can do another coat of paint on the roof. Oh wow, this is a much deeper blue. The blue paint always kind of changes a little bit. And I think this deeper blue is a lot more battle bus accurate. For people joining us right now, I don't know if anyone is, but just so I could say it, because it'll be funny to say, we're currently making Battle Bus Miss Fritter. I know, I fell off. I'm sorry. Ever since I stopped making Lizzie's Adventures, the channel's been downhill. Yeah, look at how much of a richer blue that is. I don't think that's sun fading. Again, some of these have been sun faded, but Miss Ritter's has been in a box for years away from the sun. I don't know why we painted her stop sign this color. The stop sign for the battle bus in the game is blue. So, I haven't touched Fortnite in like a year. It's just not something I could stay invested in. I played a little bit when they had the Simpsons update. But I just can't find myself staying invested in Fortnite. The matches are long. Their lore, literally, who cares about it? I come in when they do a collab I'm interested in, and then I dip. We'll color in the hood too, because the hood should be black. Thanks, Battle Bus Lego set. Wow, the Lego set looks terrible, actually, compared to the real bus. Have those guys ever seen what the front of a bus looks like? Because that ain't it, Chief. Battle Bus Miss Fritter has been given new life. And, there we go. Her wheels are now dry. Those are all the updates we've got for today for Battle Bus Miss Fritter, so she will be going in the bin. Alright. Let's do some work on another pre-existing custom. Let's see. I think we need to sand down the roof for Luigi's mom before we continue. The McQueen's Team McQueen is very close to being done, so that's one that's just been sitting around for the longest time. I know this sheriff I didn't finish for some reason. I think there was some text on it that I'm gonna have to wait on. We could do self-sponsored. Oh wait, he's silver. The silver parts are actually not done. Shoot. Okay. Luigi's mom. Let's double check Luigi's mom. Luigi's mom is getting painted. Should have totally been the top 10 hottest Cars characters, right? Like, have you seen Luigi's mom? Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen the front of Luigi's mom. It's just Luigi, but red. And she doesn't have the hair like Luigi has, so we have to sand down that hair. Or we could also just make it flat and act like nothing happened. Also an option. We haven't seen the front of Luigi's mom, but considering it's a Fiat, we should assume she has the silver front. We could also give her, just make her look like that background character from Cars 2 that looks like Luigi's mom, who has a black front bumper. So, let's do some work on Luigi's mom. Let's see. Do a black front bumper, because there's a background character in Cars 2 that looks just like Luigi's mom, and she has a black front bumper. Oh, but Luigi's mom in the World of Cars book has a gray back bumper. Ah! And you know what we don't have? Say it with me. Access to gray/silver. But it's okay, we could do a few other things, like the license plate, which luckily for us is blank in the book, so we can just make a little shape. Okay, there we go. Her window also has a pretty prominent black outline, which Luigi's Mini doesn't have. So we'll do that. We are making this. It's Luigi's mom. and partially basing it on this background character from Cars 2 that looks like Luigi's mom from the book. Can we please get a little bit of life out of the silver to at least paint the Fiat logo? Oh my gosh, it worked. It's a miracle, guys. Luigi's mom has a logo and headlights. Can we get a back bumper? Oh my gosh. We did it. Luigi's mom has a back bumper in silver, a logo, and headlights. We did it. We can finish Luigi's mom. Thank you, Silver Paint. You survived just long enough. I think what would be fun is to have this be kind of a dual custom. Both that background character with the silver back bumper, Luigi's mom with the silver back bumper, and that background character with the black front bumper. So it could be like a multi-purpose custom. Cars 2 background character, Luigi's mom. I think that'd be cool. So now let's get the red in here. I'm trying to remember. No. Am I on my third red paint? I think I am. I really need to throw out the ones that don't work anymore a little more consistently. Unfortunately, my red doesn't perfectly match the background character, but it does match Luigi's mom pretty well. I argue Luigi's mother would still be multi-purpose because she's basically Luigi but red. Yeah, she could also be Luigi after his performance of Carrie. Does this red paint work? Let me see. Oh yeah, this one works fine. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay. King Shark, Aquaman, Flash, or Reverse Flash. I don't. Those are all good options. Definitely. That'd be a good use of the King, because I have so many duplicates of the King. So, those are definitely all good options. We could get the silver working a little more to do a little more of the back. Yeah, we've got Luigi's mom. That's Mama Luigi to you. Do a couple more coats of red, especially on the front, because it's a little uneven. But what we're also going to want to do is wipe that face off. I want to take his face off. So we could get face here removed. We'll paint a new one over. Okay, so Luigi's mom as well. on her way, so that's good. Alright. We are going to be stopping in a little bit. But don't worry, I know we didn't do too much work. This is the first of probably a good few painting streams. So, yeah. It's time to make brainwash Chick Hicks. So here's the thing. The Chick Hicks from Super Hot Beach Party movie was designed to be just the quickest, fastest custom possible. It's literally one coat of pink paint and nothing else. It's just super cheap, super lazy, and we're gonna do it again. So literally all we have to do is take Chick Hicks. This is not a permanent custom, it's not sticking around. I'm gonna repaint it as soon as I need a Chick Hicks for something. Oh, that is not the same pink. Okay. Well, luckily for us, we could use my other company pink. Which works a lot better. But then also cracks. And then we'll paint the other pink on top of it. I don't remember what pink I used for the original, so... Every part of pink is covered. Yeah, I have an Agent 86, yep. A Race and Rescue Chick Custom would be a cool one, because the minis didn't do any of the racers. But again, that's one where I'm going to need to learn decals. But this is supposed to be like an intentionally bad custom. I think in universe we could just say McQueen and Mater just super fast. Painted him, hit him with the old pink paint. Who would have thought a specific shade of pink would cause a brain-eating amoeba? Yeah. We called it a toe bunny mind control in one scene, but I asked him to cut it. Yeah, that car from the Storyteller's book, I've never read. I don't own the World of Cars book. But I'll look into that. We should also do some cars from the comics treasure. There haven't been too many new designs that we've seen in the Cars comics we've been reading, but definitely could do some from the comics. And I think Chick Hicks repaint is a great idea. I just don't know what that guy looks like. Ever released the bloopers from Beach Party? Some of them I had to delete for sword reasons. The rest are just really profane. So, I'm not sure. Trying to figure out who's next. We're going to be ending in a little bit, in case you guys have any bold ideas you'd like to test with me. HGB McQueen is going to be difficult. Yeah, that's one I'd wait to have decals to do, but that is one I'd love to make for sure. Anything else from Cars Book Club that would be good to do? I think one that would be really cool to do, I completely forgot. Okay, never mind. You know, it'd be funny, Luigi as the alarm clock car. It's not completely the right shape, but with some sandpapering, we can make it work a little more. But I think that's some more extreme reshaping would have to be done to make that work. Sterling, yeah, maybe. Cruise? I don't think we have a talk show. We don't have a... no, we have talk show cruise. Okay. I was going to say, that'd be a crazy one not to make. We don't have a Lightning Cup cruise. That's one that I think I didn't make for the longest time because I didn't have a spare Rusty's cruise because I needed one with a blank hood. So Lightning Cup cruise is definitely a good option. But I want to try to focus on some of the cars that I have multiples of. Like, we have 3 of APB. What? Have I made the road dent that's an APB repaint? I believe so. Have I? Yeah, I must have. Fishtail, we could do the cars on the road fishtail. Blue APB is actually kind of a sick idea. Yeah, we have the APB road dent. I think on the road fishtail is a good idea. I didn't make it at the time because I think there was debate on the coloring of fishtail and on the road, but he is a different... he is a different color scheme, right? I believe he's a different color scheme in that. So let's get... let's see if we can make this work. Because we did an on-the-road blind spot. And we also turned a fishtail into Lou from Salt Fever. So this is Fishtail as he appears in Cars on the Road. And it's really hard to tell, honestly. Obviously, he's blank, but is the top color different? It's more kind of yellow. There's just not a good enough shot to be able to tell. Blind spot would make a good fun man. I think the is this purple? Yeah, it is more purple. The top bit does look yellow, yeah. It's just because, like, I've always wondered, yeah, more cream, yeah, I've always wondered if it's the lighting, just because there's this big bright spotlight making the red look more yellow, or if it is intentionally different. And honestly, it looks pretty yellow. So. I think the main color is the same, though. I think that main color... I think that main color is the same. Yeah, like the 150s racer. I'm just going back through this just to see, like, is it intentional that is he intentionally a different color scheme? Yeah, so it's a lot more, like you guys are saying, more sort of a cream color. I think we'll do yellow. Maybe go over it with a coat of white. It almost looks green, but I do think, honestly, I think it's yellow. Yeah, look at it on camera. That's definitely... That's yellow. Right? That is a... That's a blank fair game. Still blue. Body's still blue, I think. Top is going to be yellow. And he's blank. So, let's get to work on that one. He also no longer has the number up top, but we're going to get to work on this, and then I think we're going to cut it off for now. And, yeah, he doesn't have the number. But he's got a little bit of blue peeking through. Oh, this is perfect. The yellow is kind of worn down right now. I got to kind of reliquidate it. But I think this actually kind of works perfectly for his on-the-road design. Yeah, look at that. then what we're going to have to do for him is just make the whole body this blank light blue, which again we've done before because we have a custom of Lou from Salt Fever who also uses that body. So, and luckily I know from that my light blue has seen lighter days. Wow, that became way darker blue. Let's see. Wait, why? Wow, it became a really dark blue. Hold on. Okay. Just testing it out. Oh, these are all Sharpies. They're paint pens. Yeah, this is way darker than it should be. What happened? Okay. All right. Yeah, wow. This is gonna... Yeah, we gotta... Unfortunately, sometimes the only thing you can do with the paint pens is, work with them until they become lighter. So I just started painting more fishtail, and you can see that lighter blue is starting to come out. There we go. See, it's starting to get a little better. So let's work on the side here. There we go. That's what we want to see. Much, much closer. Now this is pod racing. Now this is where it was supposed to be. And now it's so close, it's basically indistinguishable from the front. So I don't think we have to repaint the front. Alright, so we'll paint this other side of him. There we go. Paint around the back. And then what we're gonna need to do, we're gonna have to cover the wheels up because the wheels are blank, fully black in this. We're also gonna redo the back. And once we're done with this guy, that'll be one fully completed custom. We're gonna keep the colors a little inconsistent. And we're gonna do another coat of paint on the pink Chick Hicks. And I think we're gonna call it a day for this stream, but don't you worry, because we are nowhere near done. We got a whole pile of minis. And thank you, Real Custom Cars. And yeah, we're gonna wrap up. Oh, this is the old pink. Oops. This one completely dried up. We're gonna wrap it up for now in just a few minutes, but I'll be back soon with some more new custom minis, and yeah, we'll do some more streams coloring these, because obviously we have a whole ton to get through. So, yeah. I'm not sure when that next stream will be. Again, I think I'm going to do some off camera. I'll have to look into those that you just recommended, because I have a lot that I have a lot of colors that Sharpie just doesn't make. Like there's not a brown. I want to have a brown. It's a pretty important color to be missing. So we're gonna just, for those of you who are gonna say, wow, like you could still see all the logos and stuff on Chick Hicks. No, I don't think the Sharpie paint pens is brown. But if you look at this Chick Hicks that we're basing it on, again, like I said, that was a total rush job, like 2 coats. And in Universe, McQueen and Mater just quickly repainted Chick Hicks so they could brainwash him, so. There you go. We'll do one coat of the other pink in a few minutes. What the next video is, I don't know. Should probably be a review. And that's probably coming up tonight. It hasn't been filmed yet, but there will be Cars Adventures tomorrow. That's going to be a tuner episode, so that'll be interesting to revisit. And I mean, hopefully people remember what's going on with the tuner plot. So if you look at Fishtail in the episode, his numbers and logos are gone. There's nothing on his wheels anymore, but he still does have some blue. So we'll just add some sort of blue specks here, covering the color, sorry. Yeah, the next car is diecast variant ranking, I think. So the reason why I brought back Cars Adventures now is because I'm graduating college in just a few weeks, which is crazy. Next week is my final week of classes. And I have a big, I talked about this on a post the other day, I have this big senior thesis that I've been working on, which is this, like, over 100-page long comic book. And I decided to go back to Cars Adventures because the next few weeks I'm going to have to focus on not making any videos that take a very long time to make. So as much as I want to do the next diecast history about now or the next weird products, I'm focusing on shorter videos like reviews and Cars Adventures. I'm also heavily focusing on reviews because I want to get all my reviews done before the 20th anniversary. So yeah. But Cars Adventures, I was like, you know what, it's been long enough. I need some shorter videos out. As tedious as Cars Adventures can be, these last 2 episodes only took about an hour to make. And I also want to make sure that Cars Adventures is back soon with a new season so that I can... Yeah, I have about 20 reviews and I want to get them all at least filmed before June 9th. So if you guys see me no longer putting up polls for the next review, it's because I'm just doing bulk pre-recording for reviews. For Cars Adventures, I wanted to make sure that we have a new season with a 20th anniversary special in it. And if you saw my channel update last May, the summer update last year, I am still doing what I said there, where I plan on changing Cars Adventures format, so you have less episodes in a season, but they will be longer. So you're going to start getting, I said 10 episodes, but they're going to be 12 episode seasons from here on out, but about 20 minutes per episode on average. That'll let me tell longer, bigger stories. It'll hopefully cut down what I think is one of the worst things about current Cars Adventures. It's just the amount of episodes that just feel like characters talking. Cars Adventures has so many episodes, and so many are just, you know, with about 6 minutes, sometimes you get episodes that are just entire conversations. So the goal is to cut it down, and that in turn will hopefully make each episode a little more memorable. I was using the wrong yellow. Actually, no, this is the right yellow. It's just drying out. So, yeah. Gonna have 12 episode seasons. So they'll be basically the same length, because they'll be half the amount of episodes, but double the length. Let me do his eyes off camera. We're gonna give Fishtail the same face. He's a jerk in Cars on the Road, so he can still look angry. And, his boards are actually a different color and on the road, so we'll have to do that. But there we go, our old pal Cars on the Road Fishtail. It's just gonna need a couple finishing touches. This episode's now will be about 15, how Lizzie became a millionaire is long. You know, funny you mentioned Lizzie. Because, believe it or not, next season, when that comes around, is actually... The yellow has just gotten real globby. We got to take advantage of that. The next season is actually going to be all about Lizzie. The goal, as I've said before, is to have a season about every Radiator Springs car, with them as the focus before Cars Adventures ends. And Lizzie's season is one of the ones I'm genuinely the most excited about. Alright, sorry Fishtail, we are going to have to redo your eyes. Sorry, buddy. Now he's just slowly turning into Invincible. But that's okay. That kid's pretty traumatized right now, so... And on the road, Fishtail's first plank is black instead of gray, and the second one is blue. He's becoming title card. Yeah, I'm very excited for the Lizzie season. Genuinely, it's Lizzie was one of the first characters where I was like, oh, what do I do? How do I make a whole Lizzie season? And I have a very great idea for it. Now, in case you're wondering, now I'm gonna spill it now because next season, the main plot's going to be Lizzie themed, and the B plot is going to be Cruise/Piston Cup themed. Let's make sort of a border around the window to hide the fact that I don't have a silver anymore to color in the window. And we got to color this plank in black. And, what are his eyes? Green, I think? If not, they are now. We are going to redo the eyes. And then we're going to wrap it up for today. Let's actually fully redo the eyes, because for whatever reason we have multiple duplicate fishtails, just because, again, so many Demolition Derby packs will come with the same few characters. And, yeah. So let's change it up. I'm trying to find the Lou. Did I make Lou have different? Yeah, we gave Lou a different expression. Okay, cool. I can't wait to look at all these again. My mini erasers are pretty organized right now, but they're also kind of in disarray, and it's always just so fun to reorganize them. Yeah. But again, this is the first of a lot of me working on mini customs again, because like I said, I'm going to get some more of these done for the next collection video, and also some new 155 scale customs. Some of them I'll keep surprises, I think. But some of them you'll see here. So, will the JI stuff be concluded, or will we come back to it in a future season? So, that's a good question. I won't say all of it right now. But yeah, there is not a tuner plot next season, but you will see the tuners. It's hard to explain without spoiling how this season is going to end. So I won't. Okay, we just got to give Brainwash Chick Hicks his other pink. But Cars Adventures is wrapping up. There are not too many seasons left of the series in general, so we're going to be getting to the point where a lot of sort of major things are happening, you know? The conflicts we have with these characters will be the final conflicts we have with them. Of course, there are many seasons left, because we want to focus on at least all the Radiator Springs characters, in addition to the other seasons that we have going on. So Cars Adventures is going to be around for a while still. But, it's gonna be running for a while still. We got a lot of ground to cover. It's just gonna be interesting because what we're building with the lemons, you know, is sort of the last thing we'll be doing with the lemons. But we're building things up and we're taking our sweet time to get there. That's the thing. All right. This is Brainwashed Chick Hicks from the end of beloved film Cars Super Hot Beach Party movie. Bro's been mind controlled by the power of Pepto-Bismol. So, yeah, this is Brainwashed Chick. We'll probably do one more coat on him, and then we'll call it a day. But, yeah. Poor Eugene Carbareski just sitting in my review pile, too. He's like, how'd this happen to me? I'm actually interesting. I can't wait to finally review Muir. Just hanging out in my bin. Love you, Muir. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, Season 2, Episode 7 sequel, honestly, might be a good idea to do something that addresses that episode. I'm trying to think. I think at some point during the development of Multiversal Dash, we were going to establish that as an alternate universe as a joke. But yeah. So I don't know when I'm going to get back to painting more of these minis. I'd like to do it soon. It'll probably be in a couple weeks because, again, I got to focus on, whoa, I just got a huge glob of green paint out. Okay. There we go. I gotta focus on finishing my school career forever. Ah. Yeah, very globby. Okay, anyone else that we can make green suddenly? I don't know, it's not that easy being that color, so we'll cap the green. And, see, but green's the color of spring, and green can be cool and friendly like, and, yeah. Alright. So, I'm just going to do the eye expression for Fishtail off screen. And with that, we have 2 new customs for the day. Both pretty simple ones. We have all right. Today we took out all of the minis. Very bright future here with the minis. I will revisit them in a few weeks, probably after I've graduated, once we're closer to June, to do some more work. But today we added some more paint to Battle Bus Miss Fritter, including a new coat of blue, some more black on the hood, and the bottom of the wheels. We did a tiny bit more work on Silver McQueen. Sorry, Tuners with a Z McQueen. We've got Mama Luigi, work in progress, and newly completed, new to the collection, from beloved film Cars Super Hot Beach Party movie, Brainwashed Chick Hicks, and from Cars on the Road Fishtail. I really like how these two came out. Honestly, especially Fishtail. It's just really cool to have a custom based on that. And I always find it really cool when we find in-universe customs for super obscure characters. You know, the fact that there's another design out there for Fishtail, pretty cool. And it's not a different character, you know? There is a second canon Fishtail design in a piece of Cars media, and now we've got him as a custom. Fishtail, APB, Demolition Derby background characters are always some of the hardest cars to make duplicates of, especially in the mini line, so very excited to have that. Like I said, I will be back at some point relatively soon doing some more custom minis. Won't be next weekend because that's my birthday. Probably will be the weekend after that because I will be like doing finals and working on my final project. It was really fun to talk with you guys and hang out, and this is just sort of a preview. We're getting back at it with the cars, with painting, and having some brand new minis and new 155 scale customs to showcase in the future, to showcase in the collection video. Because let's be real, I know it might be weird to be like, oh, well, you're making these just to show them off in the collection video. Part of it's because it makes me realize how little work on customs I've done for years. Like I said, a lot of these were work in progress during the last collection video 2.5 years ago in 2023. Part of it's that, and part of it's, you know, would you rather look at me showcasing that I have 30 duplicate Mini Racer McQueens, or would you rather see some new interesting customs, right? I could send you the ones I asked for my birthday. I did ask for some. Very few. I only asked for 10 cars total, because I don't want to have a huge pile of reviews going into June. But yeah, Chick and On the Road Fishtail here, making their way into the collection. And, yeah, I'm going to hop on board the fun van and head out of here. Come on, Snoopy, let's go. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.